So
Pretty cool.
So he just yammers on about making sure that he cleans the lichen off and to
a little
watch
bit
out
more
for.
because he's
Yeah.
actually a creature that can like go and drink water if it's thirsty, or like.
Yeah. But yeah, he just.
So we'll go get some.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
we'll get water. We'll get rations. So what temperature is it now?
It's still summer.
Summer. All right.
It's like a couple of summers from your last time out to go see Guy.
Just like some warm clothing if we need it at night.
We'll say late summer, early autumn, because that's creepier.
Okay. So at night some clothing.
Some winter gear.
Cold.
Is that what?
If it gets no winter,
clothing?
Heavy clothing is just if it gets cold at night. All right. Anything else that you think y'all need? Have we ever done fighting together?
No. Well, everyone in Stemmaton has to like.
What's the population, by the way, of Stemmaton?
About 1,000, mostly gnomes.
Okay.
About 100 other creatures.
Gnome weapon racial training suggests that gnomes have had some experience learning how to.
Yeah.
Right. Plus the hatred enemy reptilians and goblinoids.
Their weapon training isn't weapon training anymore. Now it's weapon familiarity. So you still have to be a martial class to get anything out of it.
Oh, good point. But you still have.
We'll say in Stemmaton because whether you've forgotten it because you've lived for so long, but you did spend a couple of years doing like volunteer militia.
Yeah.
More like voluntold militia, your young, able-bodied sort of thing. But,
stand up in a line, hold this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So some of that did involve camping outside. Lemmy, you got out of that because you were actually showing signs of being a druid, and so did Saban. You were too important because you had to tend to plants and tend to the gardens.
Worst 2 years of my life. So dirty.
Which in like no time is like the worst
terrible.
2 months of my life or something. Yeah.
All right, Marty. How do I know to make my way there? Am I using spells?
You were given a general direction for Dandervine. There are 2 ways to get there.
Yeah.
One is you're going to have to try to find a way to get across to this major branch by going into what do you call when a confluence of a river? We're going to call this the tangles.
The twisty jointy bits?
Just as an aside, gnomes live for a long time, so most of the gnomes you're looking at right now are in their 50s, and that's considered to be young for a gnome.
Yeah, I kind of glanced at the table and it went like, well, it's almost multiplied by 2.
Yeah, about thereabouts.
Until you hit the upper ranges.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But yeah, it's Saban's 51, Lemmy,
You can progress through the tangles,
Grady
but that
is
means
like
you're going to have to try to find a way kind of to the other branches and then identify they're on the other branches. Or you can go all the way down to this major bow and then go up the correct path.
Yeah, I think we'll try to do this quickly.
You're going to go through the tangles?
Yep. Okay. Have I heard anything? Knowledge? No, I don't have knowledge.
You can make a diplomacy check to ask around town. You can make a knowledge local check.
Nope, don't have that.
Geography. Geography basically describes what I just described to you, is that there are ways to get through that area because, branches touch or they're close to each other.
Diplomacy to figure out if anyone knows who's the most recent person that was in the tangles and where they crossed. So to figure out if you go like really high up, there's this nice area that's really close and easy to get across.
Okay. Yeah, give me a diplomacy check. As basically and a D4 because you're going to spend basically the rest of the day, which is fine, gathering equipment and your weapons and chit-chatting around town.
Come on.
Do you want
11 on diplomacy?
Do you want Shay Shan to help you with this?
Yeah. Why don't you go off and find out what you can about the tangles? And 2 for 1d4.
So 22 on
Thank
Doc
you.
looking for information on the shambles, on
Thank
the
you.
tangles, on the way to Dandervine.
I end up talking to the cleric who just doesn't shut up, and I don't learn anything.
Right, but you gotta be polite because he's your senior.
Yeah. Right, of course. And then,
Wh-
yeah, that happened.
My day, we
When-
went
you're
to
saying it anyways.
When Shay Shan meets people who are saying the wrong things and have nothing of value, she goes, "Oh, you don't have what I want," and just walks away, like off to the next person.
Okay, so she's rude, charismatic. She gets away with it because she's spicy.
18 charisma.
22. You do end up. Well, of course. Tangleberry wine comes from berries that grow in the tangles, and you end up going to a small winery that is in town. And yeah, there are some brave young lads. They're not druids, but they're brave young lads that go out berry hunting.
Okay. Ooh,
There's 6 of them, and they so yep. Hey, look at her hair. Yeah, I know. What's wrong with your hair? It's like you use berry juice in for your hair, don't you? Lads are all around you.
I change it to what suits my mood.
You could see a bunch of people crushing berries with their toes in these big vats and that sort of thing. Looks like very dirty work.
So, which way to the tangles?
Why would we tell you? You're gonna go out there and hunt down some berries, aren't you? Hey.
No, we are there to do some druid's homework.
Give me a diplomacy check.
cleric's
So
homework.
you found the people that might know the ways through, but
Oh, and then I was rude to them. 7.
so what you doing later tonight?
And that's how we get lost.
You know what?
We'll take you out there. Just you though. We'll show you around. If you want to be a
Okay.
berry picker, you got to join with us.
What kind of campaign is this?
Sure, you can join us on the way.
Who's us? You
Oh,
got any
just
other, you hadn't got
me
any other
and
girlfriends? There's 6 young gnomish lads that
Yeah, yes I do.
give me a bluff.
3 of them.
Oh, they roll 1. It sounds too good. They don't want to.
Oh god, it's gonna be one of these episodes. So you have to dress up, pretend, and then
It's like
So,
big,
yeah.
Big Mama's house or something.
there's some coconuts. And,
I didn't roll super good on my bluff,
Okay.
but it doesn't matter if they rolled a 1.
They
so.
agree to meet you at a certain time in a place, and they come tumbling into the tavern that you guys are drinking at as you're gathering up all your things. You notice that there are a bunch of tangleberry hunters, and you all kind of go, "Oh, like why not ask them?" That sort of thing. As you're probably drinking, what Gunnigan is probably drinking some,
berry
tangleberry wine.
mead.
So I think I've got some guides coming. So, but
The 6 young brave lads that go out berry hunting every few days. They come, they look. So where are your girlfriends?
there's Sabina, there's Granny, there's Laceo.
Fellas, how you doing?
They look injured and disappointed.
What's the matter, laddie? I'm not pretty enough for you. He
Check.
flashes him a smile.
You lied to us.
Okay.
You lied to us.
She played a trick on you. I guess that means she fancies you, eh? Eh? I'll tell you what, though. It's pretty good wording for you if you help us out.
They're still they're still angry, visibly upset at the ruse that the bald-faced lie that
Oh
Shay
no!
They decide that they wave it off and they decide to go over to a table and start drinking.
Okay.
So they know where to go, but you gotta get them to tell you.
Right. So I'm gonna give him a round. Like
Okay, you
buy
buy
them
them.
around.
You buy them around. Okay, briberies. They don't.
How many? How much is this costing?
A round of wine or beer for
I don't have
a
any
couple
treasure.
silver.
I don't have any gold. I don't have any treasure written down.
Did you?
Well, I do, but not gold. Like
Oh,
no.
I got it. Take it off your spell components. It's a druid.
Okay.
It's a druid place. You could probably trade. This is a hollyberry. You know, like it's really important. And, you
Get
know,
a good. So I'll spend a gold
So,
piece.
you got any
and
more of
get,
those hollyberries?
a gold piece for the evening.
Okay.
them.
I will allow you guys to pool your resources into a diplomacy check to like you could aid each other at diplomacy as you're trying to make friends with the
Can you guys aid me?
Tangleberry hunters.
Well, I
I can make untrained diplomacy checks.
Mm-hmm.
do
I
you,
have positive charisma.
Mark, what are you trying to say?
I
man?
can.
I have gold I can loan him if he needs gold.
No, not. It's we don't have to pay for this.
All right.
Can aid
yeah,
you by being nice.
I can possibly hinder though. I don't know if you want me to help.
It's your charisma.
I got a 6.
Oh no!
No,
unless
you let
try
me
to
know
help
if you want
too.
me to bash one of their
you
faces in.
You didn't
Holy shit.
That'll
Holy
learn 'em.
shit! So Mr.
Adam?
Greeny decided he had to help the diplomacy, and he rolls a natural 20.
Nice. they actually like they find him amusing, especially after a few drinks. Look at the thing's token. It's got a
So-
hole on its head.
18, 19, 20, 21, 22?
22 total.
Yep. Come on, guys. It was just a joke.
To be
Fine.
fair, he is
Oh,
a
you rolled on your own.
We'll take
Yeah.
We'll take you out there, but if we catch
Oh,
if we catch
Sorry. Does Lemmy have diplomacy? I thought he was a diplomat. Did he have? He's a diplomat.
Yeah.
oh
Sorry. You take the aids. There's 6. There's plus 6 in aids. Go roll.
+6. Alrighty then. Well, hopefully I beat your. Otherwise, it's gonna suck.
oh I
plus
see
6.
these were still the aids. Okay, my bad.
I didn't realize that. I didn't think Lemmy was a diplomat.
No,
I
he's
am.
got his highest stat is charisma and diplomacy through cleric.
35.
You made new friends. All right. As long as you promise that you're not going to try to put us out of business. We know where the best berry patches are.
My friends will tell you, I'm into the cleric and druid business.
All right. It's not a bad thing having a cleric and a druid on your side.
I'm
Right, if you
happy
ever-
to help. Maybe
you
I
ever-
can make a berry leshy.
Oh, that would be neat. What's a berry leshy? I don't know, but just agree with it. Look at it.
Yeah, they're little forest spirits that inhabit little bodies that you grow in the ground.
Okay,
What I can tell you,
so
if you
you end
also
up
do is
having
take some,
a good night of drinks before heading out on
Yep.
your journey the next day.
And do they inform us of a good spot?
No, they're
to
gonna
rob?
go out with you.
They're
and-
coming. Oh,
and
sweet.
take you as far as the tangles, and then kind of point you through that area to where you're headed.
Awesome.
We'll say that a group of that size does not encounter anything like dangerous, especially that you've gotten rid of, like Fenny and the snake.
Mr. Greeny
small.
insists on taking the point, and he marches in front of everybody else with his little spear, his little buckler.
All right.
So brave, so innocent.
Technically, if they
How many-
die, you could just summon their spirit back to a new body, so they're not
Nice.
they're not actually like in any real risk of being killed permanently.
So, using diplomacy, you're able to navigate through the tangles. They bring you well into the tangles. You do see that these berries do grow wild, but they don't. They make comments like too sour, too rotten. You know, like as if they're looking for a perfect size of these tangleberries. They bring you about 3/4 of the way through the tangles and actually point to some places where they've set up minor rope ladders and things to get between various branches as they explore the tangles. It is a veritable maze in here, though. You would have gotten lost probably without their help, or you would have spent a lot of time in this area. They do eventually say goodbye, like they're going to go pick berries and then head back to Stemma Glen.
Right.
And they do warn you that they've seen creatures avoiding the path up towards the Dandervine.
Wait, what? Explain. They've seen creatures avoid.
Yeah, they're saying that up by Dandervine Way, there's something there that is scaring critters and
Like other-
forest creatures away.
Right. Appreciate it, lads. That's kind of what I'm going to go check out.
The herds that have gone up there, they just don't come back. Normally, the herds they migrate. What he's talking about is that there's a
Migration
several species of like deer and like antelope, elk kind of things that move amongst the trees. Good at climbing, but yeah, they move around the trees. Good hunting.
So you're saying that herds that have gone up there haven't come back down?
Some of them, the herds. There's something disturbing the herds.
What size of herds are we talking about? 50 individuals? 100 individuals?
Right, it's just disturbances. We don't sit around all day counting them.
I understand. Well, again, I appreciate it very much, lads. And I'm looking forward to that new flavor of berries. Put it with some ice or something. It'll be fun.
They like the idea of iceberry wine.
Berry leshies.
All right, sweet. I mark down on the map like some notes of how we would just to remember how to get back to through that area.
Within a week, the path shouldn't change too much unless something bad happens or something dramatic happens.
Who's
over
the
course of the
stealthiest?
Great question.
Not it.
Probably not Stumpworth. Although he could just close his eyes and stand there.
Although, well, +6. Is that any good?
What are we rolling for here?
I'm just not rolling. I'm just asking who has the best stealth.
Oh.
I'm assuming Grady.
I got a 10.
I would guess so. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So I don't know if we ever run into a couple of animals, I've prepared a spell that will hide our scent and our presence from them, so they'll be able to just walk right past us. So if we do run into that situation, just group on me, and we should be fine. Understood?
Yes, sir, Mr. Lemmy-O, sir.
You got it, Lemmy, no problem.
Pachoo! Oh, shoot
Right
acid splash at a tree. Haha!
What Mr. Greeny said.
Since we're all
stick with
making
you.
the same amount of noise or so, we'll move together as a group.
Since it's probably worth noting, since we've left the village, Grady's had an elongated nose and kind of mouth area, and he's got like small bull horns growing out of his forehead.
Oh, that's a little odd.
You are looking ugly. Uglier than usual ugly. I mean,
All right, my
horrendous ugly.
So wait, what's going on there?
Oh, he's got animal focus, but
Oh, it's a
called
hunter power.
Yeah, feral focus for him. And he
Adapting
can-
an animal aspect, right?
Yeah,
That's
and
awesome.
because he has no animal companion, he gets to use it on himself for as long as he wants.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's really pimp. Okay, give me a survival check, Lemmy, as you're leading your crew. We'll say the DC is 15. If you don't make it, then you actually stumble into perhaps a predator's lair or in their hunting grounds.
Okay, and this is survival?
Yep.
Are we in a forest? We're in a forest, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like a
Pretty
forest on top of the trees.
Let me lead, says Mr. Greeny.
Well, hold on a
Sure,
second
he-
here. We
he
gotta know which
leads.
direction you're going, right?
But Lemmy does stop at different
Well, he's
turns
got a
and
+4
paths and-
racial bonus to survival in forests, so.
Okay, well, we'll consider Leshy aiding.
Yeah.
He's helping.
He's pointing out, like, hey, a bird shat here. That sort of thing.
This
Okay,
plant
so-
is friendly.
Who's aiding?
Who you? What? Don't tell me.
How many aids do I get?
I just
All of the aids.
Okay.
Don't tell me you're
Oh,
lost.
for fuck's sakes.
Don't tell me we're lost.
Well, I got to tell you this map, look, there was no up and down, okay? So it looks like I was holding it to the side for the first little while.
Okay, give me a percentile.
But I should be back. We should be back on track very shortly. 1D100. 93!
Never could do your homework.
Okay. You realize that there's bear scat everywhere.
Uh-oh.
Alright. I'll tell you what.
You guys are traveling around.
Yeah.
Did you go up through the branches, or did you go down through the bough?
Tangled. No, we went up through the branches.
Okay. So you're, this path up here, going up through the branches. Yep. There's this one more slender spot, still about 50 feet across, and you kind of go down into this little dell, and there's just bear scat everywhere. And you can see signs of some sort of bear might be like rubbing itself up against the trees, and
Right.
bears are omnivorous,
Right.
so they are opportunistics for eating flesh. You do see bones.
Alright. Give me a second here. Sorry, I was just looking at something, and I couldn't remember what the fuck it was. Damn it, my sheet is so huge.
Okay. Perception checks.
So, what's everyone's average speed here? Oh yeah, that's what I was doing. I was casting the
20. Everybody
20,
goes
pretty
20.
much.
Okay, so at the far end of the clearing, you can see a very large Yig bear.
I get a 3.
perception.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. There we go.
18. I'm a
It is. It is a massive bear. Broad muscles.
Oh.
It's large. Picture grizzly.
dummy. Right.
And as for Grady, what
don't want
fucking
to.
bear?
My suggestion. Alright, everyone.
No. wanna.
It's standing there and it's shaking its head a little bit, like it just got up from a nap.
We do see it? I don't think we do.
It's well, nobody got DC 20.
No, 18 is the highest.
Are you sure that's bear shit?
Fairly certain.
DC 15. Bears use their claws to maul their prey.
Right.
I tell you what. Tell you what.
There was
Just for now. Just to be sure, I'm going to use that spell to get us through animals. So everyone coming close now.
4th edition. You had to roll a knowledge check at a certain DC to know that bears mauled things with their teeth and bit them.
Yeah.
It was like a ridiculously high.
And remember, DC 10 was the previous one that tells you about like bear behavior.
Right.
It's like bears live in caves and they hibernate during the winter. It's like, yeah, so you know that, but you don't know they're dangerous. Jesus.
Right. Oh, look a bear!
Oh,
It's cuddly.
It's called a bear hug for
So-
a reason, right? Come here, buddy.
I can touch 3 creatures plus myself.
You can touch yourself and however many people you can reach.
So you guys are kind of like wondering where the bear is, and then you hear it. And then it's moving towards you guys. It's now about 60 feet away.
uh-oh.
And it is large. You can give me a knowledge nature to know about bear hugging.
Oh no.
Okay.
21.
Oh, I can try
Bears use their claws and teeth to maul you.
This is a large male solitary bear. This is probably its den that you stumbled into. They are very lethal.
Up in the front, Stumpworth, hurry up! I am going to cast Hide from Animals on the 3 of us.
Hide from animals? Very cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But there are...
It doesn't include you.
no, that's my question. It's
No.
Hide from Animals is 3 per level.
No, 1 per level. You're level 3. You
One
get 3
creature
dudes.
touched per level.
Right?
Extraordinary, supernatural. Cannot. So is that only 3 people?
Yes.
Okay, so I touch these 3 guys.
Grady, Ogunagin, Sabin, and Shay.
Don't attack. Yeah, don't attack it, and they won't see you.
Does it get
Just
a
walk-
saving throw, or is it because it's just a normal?
Will negates.
Oh
Will
no,
save.
my bear will save.
The
It's
DC?
so hot. Wait, it's not.
Okay. You're not too sure. The bear is still looking at your general direction. It's now moved. It's closed half the distance. It's about 30 feet from you guys.
I'm behind Stump, and I'm casting
What should I do, Sabin?
well, you guys are all invisible, right?
Yeah, no, but Plantman isn't.
He can't see us. Just
Maybe
turn
I-
into a tree.
Don't
Okie doke.
there. It's not going to
Mr.
bother
Greeny
you.
turns into a small tree. Poof. As per the Leshy shape change ability.
Get rid of Stumpworth. Take a Leshy.
To be honest, Leshies aren't that powerful. They never get beyond small. They're just cute little fuckers.
Shay Shan is going to cast a mage armor on Stumpworth.
Yeah.
Though, if you ever want to make one, there's rules for building them. You don't need feats for it. You just need
Bark skin
money.
on Stump. Bark skin on Stumpy.
And a mage armor on Stumpy.
Okay.
That's plus 6 AC for Stumpy right there.
Lemmy, you're still visible to the bear. If
Yep.
okay. It's sniffing at the
Protect
air.
me from it. No, yeah, I'm still visible. So it's got a bark skin and a mage armor. How much does your mage armor give?
Plus 4.
And the Leshy
Always
just turned
goes plus 4.
into a tree.
Yeah, it looks like a little tree. It's as per the spell tree shape.
It's definitely not paying attention to Gradio, Goonigan, Sabin, and Shay Shan because it's now looking directly at Stumpworth and Lemmy.
All right, I'm gonna cast a.
It then goes to its
Fight.
hind legs and starts bellowing.
How wide is this branch?
30 feet. You're
30
in a
feet.
little,
So
you're in a
it's
little
like-
dell. Yeah, you're in a little dell, like
Right.
picture a crack of a tree that's like huge. So you've gone down into it, and you got to kind of come out of it in this little. Area.
I'm
So
gonna
where the bear's den is.
spider climb and cast spider climb and walk up the side.
Okay, the bear charges the spot where you're climbing up out of it. It kind of bellows at the sky, completely ignored, almost pushed Shay Shan out of the way as it charged forward. It then turned around and sort of sat on itself and then started scratching itself against Stumpworth. It then, I don't know if bears do this, but it marks its territory on Stumpworth.
Pretty sure they do.
And-
but they
and
usually
Leshy?
do it by clawing
They usually scratch the shit out
They
of something.
scratch the bark off.
He instead relieves himself kind of all over Stumpworth and Leshy.
Aw.
I'm
Where's-
going to.
So, yeah, Shay Shan, ew, and there's definitely a ew.
And then Lemmy's climbing along the top and kind of moving
Yeah.
around. Eventually the plant it sniffs up the air and starts moving away. It goes to where
I'm
it
putting
disappeared,
a-
where Lemmy disappeared, and the group of you.
doing a ghost sound.
Oh,
Casting
yeah.
a ghost sound down behind us,
Okay, so
like
you're using-
where we came from. So send it back, and
What's
we
the
just
sound?
go past it. It's going to be. What are the bones I saw here?
like an elk.
Okay,
Bones?
sound of elks.
Okay, the bear
Or
toddles
whatever.
off in that direction, and you guys are able to bypass.
Leshy
this.
turns back, or Mr. Greeny turns back into a Leshy. Ew.
I'll clean you after. Don't worry.
It doesn't bother the plant creatures. Like it
Yeah.
looks at the movement, but they quickly get out of the bear's.
Marty, as
grizzly
I
bear
walk
is a
through,
CR5. It's insane.
let's not fight that. Let's not fight that. Well, we can, but
There was another CR5 today that was seen.
Yeah.
Sabin is using water to wash down Stumpworth and Mr. Greeny to get
Creating
all
water?
I'm gonna
Yep.
prestidigitate prestidigitate that crap.
Sorry, Mr. Greeny.
How are you prestidigitating?
I have prestidigitate once per day.
Oh,
These are my no
gnomes.
magic.
No.
No
Shay Shan actually has Prestidigitate as one of her spells as a
Racial
sorcerer.
traits.
Okay, so you guys
Oh,
clean
okay.
up after the unfortunate turn into a bear's lair. Eventually you'll be better trackers. And
This
hunters.
water
this
feels
is gross. And Shay Shan's going to change some of Stumpworth's leaves via the dying ability to.
I don't think I'm going to
some bright
mark
colors.
Bear Den on the map, but it's right here if you're curious. Oh, I might as well.
Marty, as I was walking through, I kind of did a detect magic just in general.
You're gonna linger and give the bear a chance to attack you.
No,
Mr. Greenie like hustles off towards
treasure's not worth
Mr.
that
Greenie
much.
hustles off towards the entrance of the bear cave, and he leaves like little seed pods at the entrance, like in a little pile, and then walks back snickering to himself.
You're a dirty little one, aren't you? All right, keep moving.
Entering into the Dandervine, it is named because it seems to be overgrown with this particular kind of climbing vines. They remind you too much like snakes, Lemmy. You don't really like the feeling of it. It's cloudy in this area, or at least on this day. And you notice that there seemed to be a distinct lack of berries, fruits, small trees, ferns, mushrooms. It's like somebody came through here very industriously and cleared everything. Like picked and cleared and pulled off everything, leaving only the vines.
Quick question: Is this is a new day?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Dawn of the second day. 48 hours remain.
Then tracking. If they've been picking, then I can find them.
Yep.
So survival. Can I get some 8s?
Yeah, give me a survival.
Roop. Roop. Here.
Mr. Green will aid.
Actually, give me a knowledge nature first.
Okay. Knowledge nature. 24.
The Dandervine, while it's obviously like the actual vine plant itself, while it's successful in this region, it seems to be successful not because it killed everything else. It's successful because there was nothing else there. 24 with the knowledge nature, right?
Yeah.
And then 13. You don't find any distinct tracks of who might.
I didn't roll 13. I don't know.
That was my knowledge nature.
Okay.
There's an aid,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. So aid for survival.
1 from Mr. Greenie.
Okay. Anybody
Mr.
else?
Greenie tries to aid you no matter what you do, even if he's not good at it.
I might keep this guy. 32, net 20.
All right. The creatures or spell or whatever the source was of this wholesale stripping of everything around this area happened months, if not years ago.
Months, if not years ago.
Yeah.
And
And then the Dandervine spread because it had no competing wildlife.
But they left the roots, so shouldn't it have sprouted new
No,
berries?
No, the trees and mushrooms, that sort of thing. It's like they were stripped clean.
Oh, they took the plants.
They took the plants. They took the earth. They took like the droppings of the plants.
Okay. Can we do this? I want to map like a perimeter of where it happened to get an idea of where I'm going.
Yeah,
see what I'm saying?
if
See what I
you
mean?
notice this in the hex that you guys have entered, so somewhere along this bow is kind of like a distinct perimeter, and it's actually that.
Okay.
It's like, whoa, something's different here, and it's like you see the vines. The vines go beyond that, but the vines, it just looked like something wholesale, like stripped this edge of the Yggdrasil clean long ago. Some mosses and
Okay.
things have returned, and the vines have obviously grown, but there's some wholesale devastation that happened here. It's strange because the devastation didn't kill Yggdrasil. Yggdrasil still seems to be growing strong. A little bit off-colored because it might not be getting the right nutrients from the dead plant growth, the sort of the circle of life around it. But
Okay.
it's just a very creepy...
Are there any... There are no animals, right?
you haven't seen many animals or birds today.
Insects?
Yep, there are some insects.
Okay. All right.
It definitely has a creepy look to it. You don't like it Grady.
So there's no right about that thing.
All right, let's push on, I guess.
It's gross.
Okay. You proceed
Right.
further into the Dandervine, and then you start seeing signs of webs.
Spiderwebs or survival.
No, they're spider webs clinging to trees, clinging to like stripped trees or dead trees or parts of the egg.
Okay. How far does this go?
You see it in patches.
Like, is it forests? Or okay, it's just
Yeah.
patches in the forest.
Patches, but like you've now counted 20
house?
trees that seem to have been infested with web spinning spiders.
Have I seen any spiders?
You go up to one of the
Well, from a distance, do I see like any small, like, do I see like small specks like moving around?
yeah.
Or-
So yeah, you with your keen eyes and a sense for nature, you do see that there are small arachnids. Arachnids probably about the size of a quarter.
So knowledge nature is how is it? Do these look like natural or like supernatural? Like something's off about these.
You'll have to go and investigate one closer up.
All right. I'm gonna have to take a look at one of these, see what's happening.
Then you approach one of the trees. You actually see one sort of spinning a web and kind of coming down. It's an arachnid. Give me a knowledge nature.
Save it.
25.
I don't
Um,
like this place. There's not enough leaves.
They're web spinners.
Yeah.
They're black widows.
Oh,
I bet you don't know. You don't remember what kind of spider that is, do you?
not really sure. I remember the ride wasn't good.
They're poisonous.
Mr. Greeny is like poking at one of them on the ground with his little stick spear.
Okay, it's aggroed.
And thousands come down from a fire. Oh, I hate you, little son of a bitch.
Good luck using your poison on the tree.
Yeah, large,
All right.
like lots of these spiders
bad.
would probably be bad. It might explain why there's not many birds and things, but it wouldn't explain the lack of plants. They don't eat plants. Mushrooms.
I don't like
There's
this place.
There's something else. Yeah, it's true, but there's something else that they're feeding on. The question is what? And these things, you said they're poisonous, and I haven't seen them spread anywhere else. Who's? Gotcha.
Sorry, someone's chopping up vegetables.
It's good. There's destroying something.
Did we have the old lady mini? Did anyone create that one?
No.
Okay, let me grab that while you guys are poking around.
I've
Any thoughts, suggestions, fellas, lady?
Well,
let's
those spiders are poisonous. They're bad for you. Don't get bit. Spiders are gross. They get in your hair. They leave webs. They're terrible. Why are we here? Why are there spiders?
There's something wrong with this place. The plant life is not as it should be.
Right, it's been stripped. What or who, I'm not really sure, but it's happened years ago.
Okay.
But did the council say how recent these tremors were?
No.
Are they like slow acting guys? Like, oh, this happened 15 years ago.
No, not necessarily.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right. Do I see any carcasses?
Not here.
Spiders.
Well, you see like a
Drink.
bird carcass, like the spiders have killed a bird, like a little chickadee or something.
Not like a little baby turtle?
No baby turtles. No.
Oh, okay. Alright.
Just gonna beat that dead horse.
Oh yeah, big time.
Oh.
Alright. Well, I can think of something. I can get Stumpworth to just walk in there and destroy that nest and see what the hell happens.
Well, it's not like there's huge cocoons of webs. It's just like the little bits of webs here and there.
It's
But
just
it's like
lots of-
all the trees have been stripped and then have little bits of webs, and it looks like this vine.
Mr. Greeny tears apart little webs as he goes by, slashing at them with a little short spear.
Okay.
Well,
It
hold
doesn't
on.
really
Where are
have
you
any
going?
effect, but he's like feels like he needs to do something.
Those things are
There-
fairly
There's
dangerous.
a
I wouldn't do
comical
that for you.
scene of a little spider actually landed on Mr. Greeny, and he was frantically trying to get it off of him.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Stop doing what you're doing right now.
They're creepy, but if you kind of leave them alone and don't let them
But
land
it's fast.
on you,
It's. Is it a normal looking occurrence? Like this type of infestation?
spiders with your crazy roll there. Spiders can build up infestation and have negative effects on the population of small animals and critters.
What are they eating? There's so many of them here.
That's what I've been wondering. I'm not. I mean, you can see a couple of carcasses. Like, there's a bird over there and another little frog over there, but not really sure. We'll just keep our heads up and we'll walk past them as fast as we can. All right.
Okay, the novels are not to me. There are player notes flying around, but okay, that's fine.
Cool.
Very well.
Okay, you're gonna keep on progressing further into the Dandervine later area.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're still using the Gren, right? Friseur Gren.
Yep.
Right.
Well, Fier de Gren.
Right.
Fier de Gren. Say it with me, class. There, we can go back to here. Okay, you continue on, and you see that there is a node, a Yig node, which is basically where two major branches split, and there's a small cottage in the Yig node.
Hmm.
There's a little bit of fire
Okay.
coming out of the cottage, and you notice that at first you thought there were webs, but between the treeless leaves of some small or the leafless trees are these really brilliant patterns that somebody has knitted like webs all around the trees. It's like somebody yarn bombed a bunch of the trees in colorful yarn. Google yarn bombing. Apparently, it's like a. Your wife would like that. I think your wife knits, Mark.
Yeah, she
Where
would
you basically, look at the statue of like some old dictator, and then you knit a sweater around the statue.
Yeah, she would do that.
So somebody has yarn bombed these trees all around this area, and there's this little stone cottage with a little trail of smoke coming out of it.
All right.
There's like an overhang, not quite a barn, but like sort of an overhang beside the cottage, and you can see this really large loom.
What's a loom?
It's for
Weaving.
weaving fibers into something that then can be used to make clothing.
It's fairly large. Imagine it like
Oh,
the
I
size.
see.
It's like the size of like a kitchen table or something. It's pretty big.
Yeah. Yeah.
This
has
is, a
lots
particular-
of
this is a particularly
strands.
large one, and it looks like well tended. Like it doesn't look like derelict or anything.
How far away from the spiders is this?
This is in the Dandervine area. You're seeing pockets of spiders, spider webs in the trees
All over the place.
But for about a 100-foot radius around this little stone cottage that you're looking up to, somebody is like yarn bombed trees and rocks and like given a rocky outcropping a sweater and wrap these like colorful patterns around trees, and then in between the trees there are these things that look like webs that have been like that they're just catching wind.
Detect magic on the webs.
Okay,
The regular webs.
So you have to get 60 feet away to detect magic.
From the spider,
So
like the
you
spider.
go up to one of the trees where the regular
Right.
spiders are. You detect magic.
Yeah.
They are actually creatures. There is no magic coming from the tree.
Okay. I'll continue on to some of but sorry, my question was: are there any spider webbing patches or whatever close to the house?
Yeah.
There are.
Yep.
Okay.
You ever
Fine.
tried pest control, man? Yeah.
No, I'm just somebody living here. Okay.
Okay.
Well, let's not be rude.
As you were investigating the tree, you guys turn around and you can see the loom is moving. And there's this old woman that's sitting at the loom.
All right. One of my friends, knowledge.
She's got this knitted shawl.
Nature.
She's working the loom wheel, and her hands are quickly moving and helping thread fibers and doing the thing.
Anything weird about her? Like, is she an elf? Is she a?
She looks
gnome?
she looks half elven.
Okay, half human.
Tall folk.
No, you
Right.
can't trust them piglins.
She
no.
turns to see, like, you're all standing there down, kind of, the branches go up, and the cottage is between
Oh
these
yeah,
two large
we're
branches.
gonna kill her. Look at
And,
her. Look at that
she
evil bitch.
waves to you with this big granny smile. Hello there.
She's detect evil.
Mr. Greeny's waving back. Hi.
I don't detect evil.
Have you come to
Great.
buy a toque?
Greetings, madam. How are you?
Oh yeah, for Americans that don't know what a toque is, it is a knitted hat, usually with a pom-pom, but sometimes without.
It's a winter hat.
Yeah, it's a winter hat. In Seattle, it's like I turned to one girl that was wearing a knitted hat, and I said, "Nice toque," and she looked at me like I just said something else, and I'm like, "Your knitted hat." She's like, "What?" And I had to explain what a toque was. All right.
Canadian.
Sacrame.
Just anytime you say something Canadian and someone doesn't understand what you're saying, they say what? Just start speaking in French. You'll be fine.
No, Americans hate French
Perfectement.
Yes,
right,
but they're extremely willing to forgive people who they think don't speak English as well as they do.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Hello. She's waving to you. Have you come
Greetings.
to buy a scarf?
Hi.
Greetings, miss.
That's
Nice.
somewhat disturbing, I gotta say.
I've
How
got
much
lots of lovely scarves.
Did I get any of the detect magic?
What are
going
you
on?
doing out here all by yourself? Isn't it kind of dangerous?
Hey.
Isn't it kind of dangerous?
Lemmy turns around. It's a trap.
she just waves and she toddles back into the side of the cottage.
I want a scarf.
Marty tracking? Is there a path leading to her door?
Well, it's like a twisting path up the Yig to her door, but yes,
Can I get to the path?
there's a footpath.
Are there any spider things along it? It's just like random. There's
You
a spider
see
crab
pockets of spiders here and there,
Sure.
and the footpath is like the stone cottage. It actually has little stones like that.
It has stone because I wanted to do survival and see if there's tracking. Like if I
The
can
cottage is old, and give me a survival. There is foot traffic here.
Okay. A woman who lives here on her own. She's that old. That means she gets supplies from somewhere. She's not hunting. She's not foraging.
She strangles passers-by with her yarn and scarves and eats their corpses.
Eats them.
She stabs them with knitting needles.
You guys are so suspicious.
You don't get me
Survival.
that old living out here.
Not me.
Fuck that.
I want a scarf.
Not me. I want a scarf. I like that.
15. Yays. That's for survival,
Lemmy,
right?
you want I
What
should
is it?
bash the codger's face in with me hammer? No way,
Not yet.
she's normal.
Well, we're not sure yet. Right under the story, right?
Okay, I'll get her ready. He pulls out his hammer.
If anyone asks, it's for making puree, jams, and all the sorts. All right. Okay. Let's let me approach.
Okay. There is.
Convoy.
Are you approaching the side where she disappeared into with the overhang and the loom, or are you approaching the front door?
Mr. Greeny's approaching. He wants a scarf.
Go to the front door.
Okay. There is a. She is yarn bombed her front door, like it's a yarn door, from the outside. There's a big
Hey,
pull.
just detect magic. Just the whole thing.
You are getting magic off the door. Give me a spellcraft.
Mr. Greeny's trying to get through.
Okay. You're going around to the loom area where the lady went in, or are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's following.
Yeah, Mr. Greeny's going right into the.
Yeah.
Oh my
He wants to
god, I
start.
can't tell. It is magic. I don't know what it is. An
Okay.
8.
Nope. You don't know what it is.
I'm sorry to magic.
There's a big
miss.
pull, like an iron pull chain for a door knocker. You could either use it to knock, or you could kind of pull it to open the door.
The whole thing with leshies is that it's like, yeah, they're cute and they're little, but it's like, where are they coming from? They're coming from forest and plant spirits. Holy shit, there's a lot of those.
Okay, the door opens up of its own accord, and of course the door needs grease and it almost
That's not
moved
creepy
open.
at
Like she's not near the door, but you realize it wasn't magic that opened the door because inside her house is a veritable maze and crisscrossing of strands of yarn just everywhere. And you realize that she's at the back of of her cabin on an old rocking chair, and she was just pulling on a yarn string that was like hooked up to pulleys and that sort of thing. It actually pulled open the door.
Yeah.
Oh,
Greetings.
poor dearies, your grabsies and hearies must be cold. Let me spin these some warmsies before I get too old.
No, that'll be fantastic. Man. Can I ask what your name is? What you doing over here?
She's speaking in rhyme. I don't like this. She's speaking in rhyme.
You can't trust rhymers.
Grandmotherly old woman draped in an old knitted shawl sits amidst heaps of multicolored balls of yarn with hundreds of errant strings stretching in all directions. Her hands are kept busy with needles, and then Leshy comes into the side door. Her hands are kept busy with needles, knitting with amazing alacrity as she sways slowly to and fro in her old wooden rocking chair.
Do I smell any food?
I want a scarf.
I'll knit you something nice and warm. Come and sit.
Marty,
Okay.
is there any food being cooked? Like, is there
He has a
kitchen?
climb speed, so he has no trouble getting through the
Yep.
yarn unless there's some sort of magical impedance.
No, there isn't.
Is there anything being cooked?
There are
Like, is there a
fabulous
kitchen
web
here?
patterns and stripe patterns all along the walls, and crisscrossy patterns and X patterns. It's like she's everything is covered in yarn. Old Mother Yarn, I am. And who might you be?
I'm Mr. Greeny.
Well, of course you are, little Lesh.
That's Leshy.
Right, that's one of my good friends over there.
She smiles
name
down
is-
at you while she's like
He fixes
knitting away.
his little orange hat.
My name is Lemmy-O. It's a pleasure to meet you, ma'am.
Lemmy-O, doth I see a Stemmaton before me?
Top of the morning to you, yes. Well, hopefully soon.
And who are the rest of your gnome friends? Yes.
I am Sabin Greenkeeper,
Come in, we'll
caretaker
introduce you.
of this leaf Leshy here, Mr. Greeny. I do apologize if he's been too forward.
Ah, you must be from Stemma Glen. It's been a long time since my hats were all the rage there.
Oh, what? Why haven't they been coming to us anymore?
Oh,
I haven't heard you.
Old Mother Yarn is tired. Her bones ache. I don't knit as much as I once did. She's fucking just going through this yarn like it was an industrial process.
You're kind of old to be out here by yourself.
No.
And
Don't you have a high charisma?
Yep.
Alright, shut up.
There's a gleam of intelligence in her eye as she winks to you. Oh.
I will disbelieve. Something is wrong. I am a gnome. I do not believe.
Give me
Do you want some
a
nuts?
perception check.
And little Greenie is like has like a little handful of like forest nuts that he's gathered and offering them to her.
15.
She looks like an old woman. And you can give me your will save, I guess, if you're disbelieving.
Yeah, I'm just believing.
Sorry, what was that?
Fleshy,
What were you doing?
Mr. Greenie gives her nuts because food.
Oh, why, thank you. You can put them over there. You see a bowl that is full of yarn, like just covered.
Okay. And he just walks over and just goes, and just drops them in.
Is Stumpworth? Yeah, I told him to stick beside me.
It's been a long
really-
time since adventurers have come. Have you come to trade? Do you want old Mother Yarn to spin you something magical?
Raise an eyebrow. All right, how about you do that? I noticed. I kind of sniffed at your door. What do you have on your door?
Old Mother Yarn has her tricks.
I'm actually very impressed. I see that you're not worried about the spiders living in the area.
Oh, now. The spiders leave them. They're left alone if... They leave me alone if they're left alone.
Give me a sense motive.
Okay. Motive of sensing.
26 is the DC.
Oh, crap.
Oh.
6.
28, not 20.
She knows more about the spiders.
Really?
She was really bored about you bringing up the spiders, too.
From my understanding, these spiders don't actually just leave you alone.
What do you know
They-
of spiders?
I know enough that this amount is quite dangerous.
Dangerous.
It's,
Have you come
Spiders
out
are no
here,
match for a Leshy Batoon.
Stemmaton Priest, to judge?
Oh, hardly, madam. I don't mean to offend. I'm just amazed. I'm wondering how you're doing it. I'm quite fascinated, actually.
There once was a spider who caught an ant and a bee. Along came Lemmy-O to help solve the quandary posed by my daughters 3.
That doesn't bode well. I don't
Alright.
know what it bodes, but it's not well.
Okay, now there's something wrong. Okay, I'm sorry. I want to will to disbelieve something's not right. here.
Okay, so give me a perception check, and then give me a will save.
Lemmy, I'm pretty sure
Everybody?
she needs a bashing.
Sure, if you guys are suspicious of the old lady and you're...
29 perception.
Oh, shit. She's not an old lady.
Neither Gavin
And will
or
save.
Sabin, rather, and Mr. Greenie are suspicious.
You
of
notice
old Mother
something
Yarn.
weird about her cheek? Like, there was something that was just inside of her cheek, about finger-sized on both sides, that was moving as she talked. Like her flabby old cheeks are around a set of mandibles.
Okay.
Her muscles are wrong. Otherwise, it's a perfect disguise. It's not even
14
a disguise. It is magic, kind of like.
14 will disbelieve, or 14 will save. Sorry.
There is no illusion, at least not with that sort of roll. But the 28 to get the spot check allowed you to see that she's got wrong muscles in her mouth.
This is fantastic.
Marty, is this a mind-affecting effect, charm, compulsion, morale effects, patterns, or phantasms?
It would be if you're looking through an illusion, and you can add that to your will save. But it might be I might be just giving you a will save because you asked for it.
Gotcha. So, let me message you, actually.
Lemmy-O, do you have knowledge arcana?
I don't think so. Nope.
Okay. All right. You can give me an int roll because you kind of saw through the disguise.
Okay.
Crab people. Crab people. Looks like crab. Talks like
15.
You're suspecting that it is a magical beast, and it's using some sort of magic itself to look like an old lady. But you're getting the outline of a bloated spider body, kind of hunchbacked, with a gleam of intelligence behind multiple eyes. Like, for a briefest moment, you saw within her eyes, like, the many-eyed clusters of the spider.
I already have a hat and a cloak. Can I get a scarf?
So she's looking at you after she it sounds like she wants you to help answer a question.
If you're
What
not,
did she? What did she say? A spider caught
She
an
said-
ant and a bee.
there was